Hello and welcome back to my channel. So in the previous class, we have learnt about the English alphabets and we have seen how do we write the German alphabets as well. So we have made a small comparison between the English and German alphabets and the way the German alphabets are pronounced. We have seen that the German alphabet system has 30 alphabets, of which 22 are consonants and 8 are vowels. So if you haven't watched this video, I highly recommend you to watch this video because this will be the first source, initial source to learn the German language. For any language you want to learn, the very first thing you should know is the alphabets of that language. We have also seen some of the examples or how do we some of the examples for each letters. So I hope you had a chance to write some of them from your own. Today we are going to discuss about the number system. So how do we write the numbers in German? And also we will discuss about the calendar days, the weekdays, how do we write them in, how do we pronounce them in German language. So let's first start with the German number system. So the German number system, we write it 0 as null, 1 as eins, 2 as zwei, 3, drei, 4, vier, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13. The reason for me stopping here is from here on we follow some of the tricks. The trick is in German system we write 13 as 3 plus 10. So for anybody who knows basic maths, he knows that 13 is equal to 10 plus 3, or we can even write it as 3 plus 10. So both are equivalent to 13. So if I write them in terms of uh, words, this will be like dry, and plus 10 is represented as 10. So we have seen that 3 is called as dry and we have written dry, and 10 is called as 10. So if I merge these two, if I merge these two, it will be called as dry 10, and that's what we have written here, dry 10. Similarly, it goes for 14. So 14 will be written as 4 plus 10, and we write it as fear plus 10. So this will be 14. Similarly, I would like you to repeat for 15. So it will be 5 plus 10. It will be 15. 5 plus 10, and this will become 15. So you can just use the same table here and you can write it up to any numbers, but we will see there are some more changes in the upcoming number system, which is when you start writing 20, 21, 22, it's slightly different. So for now, let's continue our number system. So 14, as discussed, it will be 14. Make sure we don't read this as V. We have to read it like V, which is like 14. 14. V-E-A-R Z-A-H-N. 14. Okay, don't call it as Vierzen. Okay, because when you call Vierzen, a German might hear this as Viersehen. So this will become Viersehen. This will be it has a different meaning. It means we see, which will be a completely disaster. So let's move further. We have 15. We call it as 15. Similarly, 16, which is 6 plus 10, 16. We have 17. So we don't write it as 17. Okay? We don't write it as 17. We write Zeep and Zen. So we write as Zeep, Zen. So don't write it as Zeep Zen. Okay? And similarly for 18, this will be Acht Zen. For 19, 9 Zen. 9 Zen. Now we will shortly go through one by one. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Don't call this as 17, call this as 17, 18, 19. Can someone guess what do we call 20 as? You can pause the video. So please, as we see, 2 here is as zwei. So we should not write this as Zweisen. If you're thinking something like this, then it's absolutely wrong because that's what I said. The number system slightly changes after 20. If you write Zweisen, it has no meaning. It could be like 2 times 10. Literal meaning is right, but we have to follow the rules. It's called as 20. 20. We have to pronounce it like sh, sh, 20, 20. Okay, so similarly, we have 21. We call this as, we can write this 21 as 21 is equals 20 plus 1. So this will be also written as 1 plus 20. So how do we write 1? Ein. Don't write eins. If you write eins, it will be wrong. We need to write it as ein. Okay? Ein. And we write it like 1 and 20. You know? Ein und 20. Okay? So how do we write 21 is like 1 plus 20, right? 1 plus 20. But the plus, uh, the literal meaning of plus is not und. Okay? Plus is called as plus in German. So don't make a confusion that und is a replacement for plus. Und stands for and in English. So und represents and. It does not represent plus. But we have to write it like 1 and 20. 1 and 20 equals 21. So this is how the German number system should be written. So I write it like ein und 20. Okay. Then we have 22. Can someone guess what would it be? Zwei und 20. 23, drei und 20. So that's the trick. So for all the numbers from here on, even if you take even hundred, thousands, whatever the number, the same format follows. That is a number followed by and then followed by a number. So we will see how do we write bigger numbers. But as you see here, the structure of this is slightly different when we start from 0 until 12. So 0 until 12, it has a different format. From 13 until 19, it has another kind of format. And from 20, or from 21, I would say, from 21 until the end of the number system, it follows a different format. So you have to remember this, that uh, after 20, you need to follow the same rule. So I will continue writing numbers. So for 24, we write 24. Okay. Then we have 25. So we write 25. We have 26. 6 is basically 6 und 20. We have 27. Now, don't write 27, as we have seen. For 17, we had written 17, and for 16, we have written 16. So, 27 will not become 27. It becomes 27. So that's what you have to remember. Few numbers, they have to be very specific, but over the time you will get them. So this will be 7 und 20, 8 und 20. Okay, 29, 9 und 20. So from 21 until 29, which means that the number, the root number, which is like 20. So from 20 until 29, it's just adding numbers to 20, right? 1 plus 20, 2 plus 20, 3 plus 20. So we just write it 1 and 20, 2 and 20, 3 and 20, 4 and 20. So this is how the German system, number system is. So what you have to remember is 20 comes for all the numbers that has that's between 21 and 29, and it also has the actual number what you want to add. For example, if you want to add 5 plus 20, it will be 25. So it's very easy. Actually, German number system is very easy. Once you start writing it or practicing it, you will feel it's very easy to remember. So similarly for 30, so the number 30 is slightly different. So 30 is written as 30. It's much easier compared to 20. So as you see here, we haven't written this as 20. Okay, if you write 20, it's wrong. Okay, but if you write 30, it's correct. And here on, all the numbers, whatever you use, they follow the same format. So basically, the rule ends here. So we have rule number one, or I would say the trick number one. that starts with for 0 until 12. This is trick number 1 until here. The trick number 2 starts from here. The trick number 1 starts from here. It ends here. The trick number 2 starts from here and it ends at this point here. That is from 13, 14, 15. You see that's the same format. Then the trick number 3, it starts from here 20, 21, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay. Sometimes you say 20 or sometimes you say 20. At the moment you are in A1, so it's fine. You can use them. But however, the right form is 20. So try to use it in a proper way. 20. So the rule number 3 starts from here and it ends at 29. So the rule number 3 ends here. So the trick number 4 or rule number 4 starts from here, that is 30, and it keeps going until the end of the number system. So for example, if I write 31, how do you write it? You can have a look at the number system here. It's the same. So 31 will be 1 plus 30 or 1 and 30. So it's like ein und 30 because 30. 30 is 30, so 1 plus 30, 31. So similarly, it keeps continuing. 32 will be 2 und 30, and so on and so forth. So can someone guess what would be for 40? So you can pause the video and write it in the chat or in the um, comment section. So this will be 40. So you see how easy it is? From 30 onwards, it's very easy to remember. So this will be like 40. For example, for 50, we will write like 50. So it's so easy. You just need to write the number and add sich to it. So after 30 or even including 30, you just need to write number, okay, and or I will just write und the base number. So let's call it as a base number. So this is like a base number, okay? And in the end, it will be number or it will be like a base number, the next base number plus set ig. So this is the thing you need to follow. So now, according to this rule, if I need to write 51, so this will be like the number and the base number. So which is like the number is 1 and the base number is 50. So 51 will be like 51. If I need to write 55, the base number is 50, the number is 5. So it will be like 55. Okay. So similarly, if I need to write 60, so which is the next base number is basically what? 6, and just add zish to it, which is like zeshish, 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 or sexish, whatever, zexish. Then we have 70, that is, don't write it as siebensish, you need to write siebzig, siebzig, okay? 80, we call it as achtzig. So we have to be very, very careful when we are writing 70 or the number 7 is very careful. We have to be because it keeps slightly changing. When, as you see here, 17, it was not Siebenzen, but it was Siebzen. However, when you wrote 27, it was not 27, but it was 27. So number 7, you have to be very, very careful. You have to give special attention to it. Okay, so now let's continue further. So if I want to write 90, it will be number plus sich, which is 90. What about 100? Do we need to write the number is 10 and will it be like Zainzish? Is it correct? If I write it like a Zainzish? No, it's 100% wrong. So 100 will be called as, it's very simple, 100. 100. You see? 100. This is number. So 100 is 100. So 100. So 100 is basically 100. Okay. So similarly, if I want to write 101, I just follow the same formula, which is 100 is the like the base number. 1, 1. So 100 eins. Okay. So you see here's a new rule again. So this rule starts from 100. So we write the base number plus the number. So for example, if I need to write 102, it will be ein 100 2. 100 is like 100 and 2 is like 2. 100 2. So similarly, for 103 we write ein 103. So similarly for 110 I write ein 110. Okay, because 10 is same. And if you want to write much bigger numbers, for example 120, how do you write it? So it will be like ein 120, correct? 120 because 20, 100 plus 20 is 120. And if I need to write 122, for example, so I write it like 100. It's just like how we pronounce 122, right? 122. That's how we pronounce in English. So after 100, we use the same formula. We use this logic. 102. So 100, sorry, 22. Okay. So similarly, 123 will be 123. So this remains, you see, 23, 22, 21. So all this, they remains the same as we have discussed here. As you see, 21, 22, 23. You just need to add 100 to it. So 100, 23. So you don't need to give a special attention to it. So this, because this we have already learnt. This kind of logic we have already learnt. Even this we have already learnt. 23, 22. So you just need to add 100 to it. So how do you say 200, for example? It will be 200, 200, 200. And if I have to say 220, so this will be 220 because 20 is 20, so 220. And if I have to say 333, it will be, this will be 300, 300, 3 und 30. See, you see, 300, 33. We have to split into two parts so that to understand. 300 is like 300, 33, 333. So 333 or 300, 333. Okay. So for example, someone wants to write 500, 500, 500. Someone wants to write 1000, for example. Someone wants to write 1000. We write it as ein thousand. So it's very similar to English pronunciation, right? Thousand, ein thousand. We Someone wants to write 2000. It's like zwei, 2000, right? Similarly, someone wants to write 10,000. We write it as 10,000, 10,000. Someone wants to say a bit, maybe 100,000, 1 lakh, what we call in India. So 1 lakh or 100,000, we call 100,000. 100 is like this 100, and this is a thousand, right? Thousand, 100,000. Someone wants to say 500,000, 5 lakh, 500,000, 500. So don't write it thousand, thousand. It is an English word, but in German it's thousand, thousand, tau, thousand. Okay. Someone wants to write uh, 1 million, like 10 lakh, ein Million, ein Million. Someone want to say 20 million or 2 million, sorry, 2 million, 20 lakhs. So we say 2 million. Okay. Someone wants to say uh, 10 million. 10 million will be something like this. So this will be like 10 Millionen or 10 million, even that is okay. Okay, 10 million. And someone wants to say 1 billion, 100 crore, or 1 crore. Sorry, 100 crore. Sorry. I don't know how many zeros, but maybe. So it's like ein Milliarden, ein Milliarden, ein Milliarden. Okay. We will see maybe in our exercise classes, but I think it's already too much for you. So I want you to go through this video again. Try to write your own numbers. So I want to write it something like a house of Kaaba for you. House of Kaaba. So this is a German word. We often use it for representing homework. So house is basically home, right? House stands for home. Aufgabe, Aufgaben actually. Aufgaben is a verb which is means work. So, but we write it as House of Kaaba. I will tell you why in the upcoming classes, but for now, House of Kaaba is like homework. I want you to write some of the numbers. So, how do you write, for example, 67? Please write it in the comments. Okay. How do you write number two, 75? So, how do you write 99? Okay. How do you write 149? So, and then maybe 299. Okay. Then we have 999. Okay. Uh, so these numbers you need to write it, and if you are pretty confident in these numbers, then I think you're good to go further. Otherwise, please watch this video again and again. So this is about the German number system. It's very, very interesting topic because without the number system, uh, it's very difficult because if you go to a supermarket, then you should be able to read the numbers. Because when you go to supermarket, you want to pay from your credit card or debit card or even cash. So for cash, they call it as bargeld. Cash is called as bargeld, and card. If you want to pay by card, they call it as Karte. Karte. And pay is a in Germany we call Zahlen, or we sometimes call it as Bezahlen. Actually, Bezahlen is the right word. Bezahlen. Okay, Zahlen is numbers. Okay, so first of all, uh, these number system, it's also called as Zahlen, count or numbers. Okay, so Bezahlen is like to pay. Bargeld is like cash. It can be coins. Coins you call it as Münzen. Münzen, I think with umlaut. I'm not sure, but yeah, Münzen is basically the coins, and Noten. I think Noten, if I'm not wrong, it's called as the note or the currency. You know, uh, the receipt or currency with which is written like 10 euros or 5 euros or whatever. That's Noten. Okay. So this is the number system, and you have to be very, very important. We have to it's very important. You have to learn this. Sometimes because when you go to supermarket, it will be written like something like this. You know, this is like a euro. So how do you read it? How do you read it? So we read it like 5 Euro 99. So this 99, it's basically the cent, right? It's like paisa or small currency. This is like euro. So basically it's like 5 euro 99 cent, right? So but some of the products could be also be written as they just write it something like this dot 99. So which means 99 cent. We write it as 9 und 90. See, 99 cent. Even though we have written it like an euro here, but since it's less than 1 euro, so we call it as cent, 99 cent. And this one we call, I want you to write it in the comment. How do you write this? 5 euro 99 cents. Can someone write it? Uh, it could also happen that when you go to market and if it's written like something like this, okay, 2 euro 75 cents. So when you go at the cash counter, they would say 2,57, you know, 75. I'm sorry, it's 50 75. So obviously you need to read it, you know, from the opposite direction. In India or in English, we read it like 2 euro 75 cent, 75. But in German, you read it like in this way. First you say five, and then you say seven. So 2 euro 75 cent. You would say like 2 Euro 75. 75. But if you go to supermarket, they are very fast. It's like their native language. They say 2,75. Zwei. They don't say 2 Euro 75. They don't say that. Sometimes they just say 2,75. Sorry, 75. Okay, 70. 2,75. So these stuffs you need to learn, and you will learn it over a period of time. You just need to follow my videos. So uh, you have two homework now. So first of all, you need to write the numbers, and then you need to also write how do you write this 5 euro 99 cent. Okay. So this is about the number system. So and then the next topic is very important, and that is about the days or month or calendar. I would say calendar. I would say it's like a German calendar. German calendar. So if you know, in English we have German, we have the calendar days, that basically Monday, right? Then we have Tuesday, we have Wednesday, right? Then we have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday. So, but in German we say Monday as Montag. Okay. So Tag, the word this Tag, it's like a day. Its literal meaning is what? Day. Okay. Monday we write it as Montag. Okay. Tuesday we write it as Dienstag. So Dienstag. So for all the days, Tag will be by default. Okay. We just need to change the first letter or the first alphabet, first word here. So Dienst. So Dienstag. Okay. Then for Wednesday, Tag, as I said, Tag will be always common, right? But for Wednesday, it's slightly different. So Wednesday it's Mittwoch. And why it is not Tag? Why didn't you say Mittag? Because if I say Mittag, it will become afternoon. Because in German, we say Mittag, this will be like afternoon. So don't say, if you want to say Wednesday, don't say as Mittag. You have to say Mittwoch. And why did we say Woch? Because in German, Wochen is week, week, like 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks, right? So week is like 1 week, or and Mittwoche is like Mittwoch is like middle of the week. You say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is like the center of the week, so that's why called as a Mittwoch. But for Thursday, we come back again, which is like Donnerstag, Donnerstag, right? Friday, it's called as Freitag, so it's like Freitag. Saturday, we call it as Samstag, Samstag. So we have to pronounce it like the Samstag, okay? And Sunday, we call it as Sonntag, Sonntag, okay? So this is Sunday. So as you see here, all the days have Tag at the end except the Mittwoch, because Mittwoch is the middle of the week. Don't say as a Mittag. If you say Mittag, then it will be considered as afternoon, Mittag. So if you are working in a German environment, or say, or if you are in universities, they say Mittagsessen, Mittagsessen, or sometimes they call Mittagspause, Pause. So this Mittagsessen is basically, Essen is basically food. Okay, Mittags is like midday. It's like lunchtime. Don't literally translate it as midday meals or midday food. It's like lunchtime, or the lunchtime, the food which you eat at lunchtime is called, yeah, basically Mittagsessen. Okay. And then we have pause. Pause is like pause, just like English pause, break, break. So Mittagspause is like Mittags break, or like lunch break. Okay. And let's move further. So these were the calendar days, German calendar days. Let's also think about the calendar months, calendar months. What are the German calendar months? So in English we say January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, right? And then we have September, October, November, December. So, but in German language, we have slightly different. We call this as Januar. It looks very similar, except why we call it as Januar. As we know that J is pronounced as J in German language, so we call it as Januar. Februar, okay? Februar. For March, we call it as März. März. So May, umlaut A, R, Z. März. We call it as April. April. Okay? April. For May, we call it as Mai. Mai. Okay? For June, we call it as Juni. Juni. For July, Juli. Okay? August is August. August is August. September will be September. It's exactly same. Okay? September is September. We just change the pronunciation. October. October is also October, but we replace with K. October. November is November. We have to be pronounced like fow, so it's like November. And December is December. So it is just replaced by Z. C is replaced by Z. December. Okay, let's read them. Januar, Februar, März, April, Mai, Juni, Juli, August, September, October, November, December. You know, December. I will just make it um, shorter. So this is the calendar days. So April, you have to read April, okay? You don't read April, but it's April, something like April, April, okay? April. So, so these are the uh, calendar months and calendar days. Some more, uh, some more words I would say which we use. As I said here, Woche or Wochen is week, okay? Tag is like a day, as I said. Tag is day. Then we have jeden Tag. Jeden Tag is like every day. You know, jeden Tag is like every day. Okay. Then we have Wochenende. ठीक है. Wochenende is like Wochen plus Ende, means end of the week, or we generally say weekend. Weekend. Okay. Uh, and then jeden Tag, Wochenende, jeden Tag, Tag, Wochen. Then we have also seen Mittag, Mittags. Okay. Then for evening we call Abend. Abend is like evening. Okay. Früh. Früh is like early morning. Early morning. Okay. Then we have sunrise. We call it as Sonnen Aufgang. Okay, Sonnenaufgang. I think sunrise or sunset. I have to check again. A little confusing. It's confusing, but yeah, sunrise. I will explain it in the next class. So if you some of you know already, so please write it in the comments. Okay. So this is what about the days, weeks, calendar months, number system, right, in German language. It's very interesting. I would like to see you all doing a lot of practice, and please complete the homework. And if you know something, some new words related to the days, weeks, calendar, year, month, right? Year. We call year as Jahr. Okay, Jahr is like year. Month is like Monat. Monat is like month. So week, day, month. Okay. Before, like it's early morning or afternoon, evening, night. We call it as Nacht. Nacht is like night. Okay. Then we have midnight. This Mitternacht. Mitternacht is like midnight. Okay. So I think it's good enough of content. So I want you all to, go through the number system, try to practice your number, complete the homework. Please come up with the questions. Please write in the comments. I will definitely answer your questions. And also try to play around with the currency system in German language. How do you write the currency? Because some I will do it in the next class, but it will be good if you already have some prior knowledge of this, when to use comma and when to use a dot, and what does this euro symbol and how do you pronounce them, and then the calendar days, month, year, etc. So I think we have good enough amount of content, so you can please follow this and please write it in the comment section. So I'm really excited to see some of the comments from your side, and see you in the next session. Thank you very much, and please hit like and subscribe button because this is gonna really gonna motivate me in making new videos. A lot more to come in the future. So please subscribe my channel. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening.